Happy Friday. Woo woo. The talent show was amazing. So if you got to be a part of it, sorry, Buttons is growling and barking at the skateboarder outside. If you got to be a part of the talent show, you guys did awesome. If you didn't get to be part of the talent show this round, make sure you complete all your work. You know, we want to see you and we want you to be a part of it, and we would love for you to be there next week. You just got to make sure that you're doing all of your work. And yeah, that's it. You know, it's just like school. It's just like when you go to school, you're there for so long, you did a lot of growing of your brain, and now you got to make sure that you're getting on every day and you're completing assignments, okay? We're going to talk about this article called Refugees today. We did something pretty similar to get ready for chapters 4 and 5 for the BFG. So we're not reading the text yet. We're not getting back into chapter 4. We're just going to build some background knowledge before we read chapter 4 and 5. Okay? A refugee, a person who has been forced to leave their country in order to escape war, discrimination, or natural disasters. Refugees today. So we know what a refugee is. Be very, very, very aware of what a refugee is. So it's someone that has to leave their home. Okay? And there's so many refugees in the world. And they're leaving because of a lot of different reasons, but these are the top 3. Escaping war. So it's very violent, very scary time. Probably not safe. Discrimination. They're not being treated fairly. Okay? For whatever it may be, or the reason might be. So it might be like their skin color, or it might be because of what religion they choose to practice. So things like that. A natural disaster. We talked about natural disasters. Earthquake, hurricanes, things like that that devastate communities. If they're not prepared to, they either are, it's so bad that it devastates them anyway. And so that means that they ruin homes. People lose their homes. They might depend on certain types of foods that are grown, and it might be ruined from a natural disaster. Okay? Refugees today. In 2017, there were 25.4 million refugees around the world. So, wow. Forced to leave their country because of those reasons, and that's 25.4 million people. Whoa. Most of these refugees come from just 3 countries. They are Afghanistan, South Sudan, and Syria. These regions have been hurt by war and conflict. Ooh, okay. Many people have been forced to flee their homes. It's really sad. That's tough. Like, imagine how you would feel if you had to leave your home. About 5.4 million Palestinians are part of a longer standing group of refugees. Most refugees are from poor countries. They often seek asylum or safety, right, in other poor countries. Turkey has taken in the largest number of refugees in the world. We talked about Turkey when we were in school, right? It's kind of funny. There's a country named Turkey. But it's a safe haven. It's a place that a lot of people go if they have to leave their country. Over half of all refugees live in cities. They usually settle there for a number of reasons. For one, legal help for refugees is often found in cities, right? So there's a lot more opportunity going on because there's a lot more people, a lot more businesses. If that's the case, then you're going to have a wide range of incomes, and there might be more opportunity to find legal help, someone that's going to help you get the documents that you need to become that you're able to be a refugee there safely, okay? Or to become a citizen, which means you are able to be there and it'll be like your second home. You are to become a citizen in the United States, you are now an American, okay? Cities also have large immigrant communities. True. Now, we have learned a lot about what a refugee is. So remember, a refugee is forced to leave their country because of war, discrimination, natural disasters. So those 3 reasons. We know that Turkey has the most refugees that come. Interesting. They often settle in cities because there's a lot more people there, a lot more opportunity to find legal help that they can be safe. Okay. So this is our map. We have the Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Southern Ocean. It marks off Turkey here. We want to build some of our background knowledge because there's going to be mentioning of different countries and different people from those countries whenever we get into the next chapter, okay? If you are from America, you are American, okay? If you are from Mexico, you are Mexican. If you are from England, you are an Englishman. If you are from Greece, whoa, did not mean to do that. Hold on, sorry guys. You are a Greek. If you are from Turkey, you are a Turk. And I forgot to capitalize Greek. Okay, Miss LeBerry's cousins, my family on my dad's side are all Italian. So they're from Italy, and so they are Italian. On my mom's side, there are a lot of family members that are Greek, and their family is from Greece, so they are Greek. They're considered a Greek person, an Englishman. Okay, so sometimes if you are an Englishman, you also can be and or Brit. That's also another term, a Brit. You are from England. Okay, you are a Greek, you are a Turk, you are a Mexican, you are an American. Very interesting. So these are all countries that are going to be mentioned. We are about to learn, and it gets really funny and it gets really silly, but if you don't know that these are real places, sometimes you're going to miss the humor that comes up in chapter 4 and 5. I know there's something about Greece, and it's like a play on words, and so we have to know that these are real countries and people are really from there, and they are just like if we're American, they can be where they're from, like a Mexican, an Englishman, a Greek, a Turk, so things like that. But we're gonna point out a lot of the humor that's gonna come up in chapter 4 with Miss Kappas on Monday. I'm super excited. Okay. Great job today. The secret answer to my secret question is going to be, what book is Miss LeBerry reading right now? And the book that Miss LeBerry is reading right now is, I'm reading a couple because Miss LeBerry is crazy. Which one should I say? Just Mercy. It's one of Miss LeBerry's favorites. And I'll have to go back and read it. Okay? So, Just Mercy. That is a book Miss LeBerry is reading. I'm also reading a book called Where the Crawdads Sing and Little Fires Everywhere. So, what's going to be on the quiz? Good luck, everybody. Go back to the informational text. If you get confused, make sure you go back when you're taking the quiz. Make sure you reread what Miss LeBerry just read. We know the words. If you get stuck on a country's name, go back and listen to Miss LeBerry's video. And we know that we're reading about refugees. We're reading about refugees. Bye, guys. Have a great weekend.